He tried. You fucking dirty.
It was so close.
Hey guys,
So
and welcome to another edition of the Fuck Around and Find Out podcast. Today is a special edition. It's brought to you by the letter A for alcohol and the letter A for Scarlet Letter, the @ symbol, and the general taste of shame,
and the drug of today, Adderall.
The drug of today,
an aspartame.
Ooh,
the other sweetener.
The other sweetener. It's good for your kidneys too.
Yeah. Dialysis. All right. So we have another guest today. The guest today is going to be Gypsy. He comes to us from a random corner of the internet, and we'll see if he gets. He's going to talk.
He's our Rust team.
He plays video games professionally for a living. When he's not playing video games professionally, he is a professional llama milker.
A chopper pilot.
Chopper pilot.
Chopper. He likes to shoot torpedoes and fucking missiles.
Out of the air.
Red rockets. Everywhere we look.
Trim started it. It was on Trim. He was the first one to do it.
We made it a minute and 34 seconds.
I'm on medication. You gotta give me a little slack.
You're on antibiotics, motherfucker. You're not on a fucking.
We're happy that Trim survived. Dad survived. He lived. Remember,
his camel syphilis
last
is
episode? Gone. Yeah, when he got camel syphilis in his arm.
Yeah, chewed my ass, told me to go to the emergency room, and they said, "You made it by one day.
Shit.
One more day, and you'd been fucked." They said.
Yeah, they said, "Oh shit."
I thought when you got in there, the doctor took one look at you, said, "Damn," and then he walked out of the room, came back in with another professional.
That's exactly what happened, actually.
He's like, "Hey doc, how bad's this?" Damn. Hang on 1 second. Don't ignore that. We're gonna be right back in here in a minute.
What happened was I'm
they
sitting
come
there
and start pointing
quietly.
at you like, see, look at that shit.
I'm sitting there quietly, and he walks in. He's like, "And what's your problem?" And I held up my arm. He's like, "Oh fuck!"
Get over here and see this, guys.
Hey doc, how am I doing?
Nurse was calling me.
I don't know, man. I just work here.
The nurse was calling me Popeye all night. I don't know what the hell that meant, but apparently I had large arms. One of them, anyway.
Could have been the pipe that you kept winking at her.
Hey, she wasn't bad looking, I'm not going to
lie. So today's episode, I believe, was we're going to cover a variety of shit. We're going to do a little bit of grade prep. We're going to do a little bit of how do you know when your shit's contaminated.
And most importantly, Trimmy wants us to talk about Milo.
Millet.
I
want to talk about all the grains, but I am going to be working with millet soon, and I have never worked with millet.
Are you doing like white golden millet, like the kind you feed finches, or like the red millet?
The stuff that comes in a 35-ton bag.
It's the stuff that farmers feed to their cows.
That's hybrid Sudan. It's a type of sorghum. Yeah, it's like a red millet.
Yeah, I think so. It's not white. I know that.
Yeah. No, it's very high in sugar. It's gonna smell sweet when you cook it. You can actually boil it down and make a syrup out of it. They make in Africa they make a drink out of it called red beer, and it just fermented that sorghum is all it is. It's fermented.
Nice.
It actually ferments super, super well. For those of you who allegedly make whiskeys and stuff, it adds a back of the mouth sweetness and a warm fullness to whatever you add it.
That's my that's
there
my
goes
pickup
the
line of
micro
bars. That's my pickup line of bars. It's fucking I might a good feel in the back of the mouth. Trust me.
I might know a guy, not me, but who allegedly bought $3,000 worth of millet seed and paid a farmer to plant it all for him, and he gets all the seeds back.
Wow. Is that because the farmer wants just the stalks to feed their cattle?
He wants the stalks. Yep.
Yeah. He has to do that before the first freeze. If they get a good freeze, they turn to cyanide, by the way. So you might want to tell that.
This guy, he grows it every year. He's an experienced farmer.
I was like, because that fucking accidentally killed a whole bunch of deer that way. So, yeah.
But yeah, I
There's
believe
total-
he actually he started harvesting here last week, so I'm probably gonna
Nice.
get my delivery really soon.
So stupidly, I had planted this hybrid sedan, like the sorghum type stuff you got, the red fucking millet, because it just needs one good rain or one good water, and it'll go to seed and do the thing, and it feeds quails and deer. Everybody loves it, but it makes that what they call hay grazer type bales. Hay. When it's done, it looks like corn stalks, like little tiny corn stalks rolled up in a big bale. And I was like, sweet, I'm going to fucking bale this shit. Well, I harvested everything, and then it ended up having a snap freeze. I harvested everything on like a fucking Sunday, and we had a snap freeze on like a freaking Saturday, and everything was droopy, and I was like, I'll let it dry out. And so I let it dry out. They cut it, then, sickle barred it all down and cut it all, windrows dried it and baled it. And then I put it out for the pinned deer. The deers that were part of the breeding program in the pins, and it fucking killed like fucking 35 of them. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, what the hell? He's like, yeah. So I called the county extension office, and they're like, yeah, you're supposed to bale that shit, kill it before it freezes. Because if it freezes, it releases a glycopeptide that's basically cyanide. And I was like, oh, shit. So I have like 60 bales of this shit that I can't feed to anything. But I used it for mulch. I used it for mulch in the garden. It was fine for mulch in the garden. It ain't going to hurt anything. But, yeah, definitely can't feed it to wildlife.
Nice. I've heard stories that millet is really prone to bursting. Is that true?
Yeah. So you're not going to cook it, okay?
It more than doubles in size as well.
Yeah, and so people fuck up a lot by boiling the shit out of it, like they do with corn and everything else. What I do, and this is just me, is I rinse the shit out of it. It's dirty as hell. So rinse it until the water runs clear and runs clean. And then I just boil some or heat some water up. Not even until it has to be boiling, just really fucking hot. Then dump it in there with whatever adjectives I'm going to add to it. And then just cover it and leave it alone. And stir it every once in a while. And that'll keep it from, like, cooking to the point where it, like, explodes, right?
Gotcha.
And turns super mushy. So you don't want to actually boil it. If you boil it, you're going to make cereal. It's going to
Another way to go about it is if you use gypsum. I know people are saying gypsum's not important anymore, but the gypsum, if you put that in the water, it actually makes the walls of the seed stretchier and like more elastic, and it stops them from bursting.
Yeah, you can also use the calcium chloride for that too, but that's like pickle crisp, but it's more money. Gypsum's cheaper.
Yeah. I mean, gypsum, you could just go Kyle on a fucking wall. You got gypsum right there, as long as you got drywall.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's a mixture of like gypsum and baking soda and a bunch of other shit there too. But yeah.
Tomato.
Tomato.
You guys
fucked
are
a potato.
talking
I ain't
about
saying nothing.
sorcery to me here, all right?
Oh,
Witchcraft.
So,
Mr.
yeah, no,
Gypsy,
it
as a man on
works
the
out really
street,
well.
have you ever experienced mushrooms of any type?
Yeah, one time in high school, I did shrooms and I did acid at the same time.
Why the
Oh!
fuck? Those are totally different.
Haven't we all?
No.
It was a terrible experience. Terrible.
Yeah. Imagine
It was-
that. Two things you can't turn off that feed on each other. I'm surprised you
fucking
speak
clock
English.
blocker.
Yeah, no, it was really bad too because we were in the car the whole time. So like we were driving somewhere, and let me tell you, I've never battled so many demons in my life.
With my windshield wipers.
Oh, I was in the passenger seat, just like looking out the window, and it was just like,
Oh yeah, well hold my DMT pen and watch this shit.
yeah, right?
Yeah, DMT doesn't fuck around. You can live an entire goddamn life in 30 seconds. Like get married, date, like go to school, meet a chick, date, married, have kids, buy a fucking house, work a fucking 9 to 5, fucking retire after 20 goddamn years. Like live an entire full goddamn life
Die of
every
a heart
detail
attack in McDonald's.
in 30 fucking seconds to a minute.
That's
Watch
fucking-
me blasting off
and
again.
It is not necessarily a good life. Just remember that.
No, some people, though, I know people who have been like, holy shit, they try to go back, right? Because they're like, that was so much better than my life here. And they think that was reality and this isn't. Right? And then, so they're like fucked forever, like forever and ever. Even though they met like the woman of their dreams, they had like 3 fucking kids and a dog. Like they worked their job they wanted. They went to college for 4 years. Like the whole
So it's like
fucking
Roy,
9
isn't
years.
it Roy, fucking Rick and Morty thing, that video game.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like, was it Roy or Rory? Rory, I don't remember. Yeah, but the video game where you had to play that guy through his whole life. But yeah, it's like a DMT trip, dude. Yeah. It's like that for some people. Some people just sit there and like are already perma-fried, so they have very little brain activity to begin with. And they just sit there and like, the pretty unicorn just shot my mouth, or something. And
I know a guy that actually has used that before when someone owed him a lot of money, and he just fucking put a whole fucking dose in their mouth. I'm talking like a whole vial. I just perma-fried them. So the rest of their fucking life is just fucking,
bye-bye.
Yeah. Allegedly, of course.
Allegedly.
See, melted his brain.
I heard it in a movie that I read in a book somewhere.
You can do a lobotomy with a spoon if you're talented.
Never happened, man. Never happened.
Yeah.
Here,
I'm confident in my ability to perform a lobotomy. I think I could do one.
I have an ice pick and a hammer.
Yeah, I've seen enough of the videos of like the real life ones where they used to do them back in the day. And,
Right across the eyeball. Kaboom!
Yeah, a little tap and wiggle. I think I got this. Also,
so medical.
like,
Tap and wiggle.
Don't fucking move. Don't fucking move. I got this.
yeah, I mean, also like as long as I'm experimenting on people I don't particularly care for, like what's the downside?
I got it. I got a sledgehammer as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like chomos,
I still think they ought to be able to experiment on chomos. Why not?
right?
Yeah. No, why can't they? Why can't you do human experiments on the ones that already thought it was okay to ruin someone else's life like that?
They do quite a few medical experiments on prisoners because they have them there. They eat all the same food. They're all the
They
same.
let
diet,
them
the same
volunteer
regimen.
though. They
let them volunteer,
No, fuck that.
and they usually get money in their what a commissary.
Commissary.
Yeah, commissary cards or whatever.
Yeah, in order
The average prisoner
as a
costs like
reward.
$40,000 a year.
I don't know why it's so expensive. I bet you I could keep somebody captive for under $10,000 a year.
Dude,
Right?
I can make it $1,000. Give me
I
a
bet you
Connex box and a
I
bucket
can
of
keep
water.
someone captive for like fucking 2 fucking Raymond packs of fucking wheat. I mean, that's
Give me your
that's
budget.
fucking
Crush
that's
it.
$5. That's $5 a month. That's
Here's your
fucking,
date.
that's $60 a
Pale
year.
swamp water for you to drink, man.
We already know
I'm
that
gonna
a
pay
person.
more. I'm gonna pay more for the fucking chain than I am for the fucking person's food.
Someone can survive off of a cup of rice a week, all right? We already know that from World War II, okay? That's a fact. You can survive off a cup of rice a week.
You're not starving.
Yeah, but, like, you're going to be alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not trying to give them a good life.
Drop me
Holy
a
shit,
cake
guys!
phone, rat
Here's our
in
new
there.
fucking business. If anyone would like to come to the FAFOCult weight loss program,
Just
We
have to sign
promise.
this 4-page waiver.
43
Your
page
weight loss is
We promise.
guaranteed.
We promise you will see results. You might result in mild psychological trauma, but
Physical harm, possible amputation, and lobotomy.
development of night terrors, weddings
Explosive
of diarrhea.
diarrhea, death. But if you're allergic to the FAFO weight loss system, we advise that you do not take it.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody's paying a bunch of money for all sorts of like weight loss stuff. I guess. We'll
Yeah,
just chain
people
them
eating
up in the
testicles.
basement.
I mean, fuck. If people are going to go out and eat raw testicles, I mean, I would think being chained in the basement would be, not that bad. It seems pretty practical. I mean,
Are you talking about
as long as
what are they called?
we got
Rocky Mountain
Amazon
oysters?
Music.
Yeah, calf.
I swear
calf
to God,
fries.
you eat one
I said raw.
testicle.
no, not Rocky Mountain oysters, not the fried ones. I'd probably try that. I'm not going to lie. But there's certain meat I just wouldn't eat raw.
Cow tongue. I will not eat cow tongue.
Yeah,
I've
why
eaten
the
cow
fuck
tongue,
would
but
you
I
do
would
that?
not.
Nobody, no, I'm not going to do that.
It takes so long to fucking cook it.
You gotta use a pressure cooker.
That's the problem. Yeah.
The
Pressure cooker. You
cooker.
got to make sure you skin the fucking thing.
That's like fucking
It comes apart in layers.
goose meat.
Anything
Everybody's
that
like,
comes apart
oh,
in layers.
you got to cook it this way and it's good. Or you
What
gotta
about
cook it that
onions?
way
So,
and it's
so you don't like fucking onions, Farrell?
No, I like onions. But
You just
Layers
said layers
that come
are
with
bad.
layers.
Meat that comes
don't like
apart
cake?
in layers like that. It's bad.
But
Meat.
that's how I look at that. Those types of meats. That's my personal goose. I hate fucking goose meat, and everybody's like, "Oh, you haven't cooked it right. You got to cook it this way or that way." You know what? If I
That's
have to
swamp
work
right
that
here.
fucking hard to cook something to make it taste good, I don't want to fucking eat it. It's just,
I don't-
just that
yeah.
simple.
Speaking of weird animals that actually taste good, you ever had rock chuck, also called hoary marmot?
Hoary.
Dude, what,
What did
I
you
think
call
you make
me?
up these fucking names. You make up these fucking words, and,
I don't.
and they're fucking whisker baskets or fucking
the whisker biscuit.
the shoe neezers or fucking whatever the fuck it is.
Doctor Who.
No,
or
it's
Doctor,
not a-
Dr. Seuss words.
It's called a rock chuck. It's also called a hoary marmot, I guess is the official term for it.
The
But,
who's vomits? Part of the
they're like
wombat
a,
family.
they're like a big fucking like a groundhog, right? Like a big fucking groundhog. And they taste like beef. They really do. They have the same consistency, the same taste as like a beef roast. They're like they get like 25, 30 pounds. But I used to, for the longest time, I didn't believe these old timers, right? Like it would be like, no man, we shoot them, we'll eat them. We just pop them in the head there with a 20 Hornet, and we'll go down there and pick them up and take them home and eat them. And I was like, fuck you, you didn't do that. I was like, so I popped one in the head once, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go just skin it and see if it looks bad or smells nasty. Got down there, didn't smell bad at all. Skinned it, looked good, didn't smell bad at all. Gutted it, took it home, cooked it like I would like beef. They said cook it like beef, and it tasted exactly like a beef roast. I mean, smaller
This
bones.
looks like
of
those
course.
fucking things that they have the video of it screaming. The horay marmot is a species of marmot that inhabits the mountains of northwest North America.
Yeah.
This fucking
He
thing.
just got into like full narrator voice right there.
Yeah.
Now let
In
me
a
tell you
world.
about my second
Did you
animal.
fucking Google? Did you fucking Google it because you believed that I knew what it was called? Is
No,
that
I
it?
just
Because
couldn't
you wanted to see
believe
if
how
didn't
that.
know?
I couldn't believe the name.
If we're talking about small animals right here, have you guys ever heard of the quokka?
Yeah, quokka.
Yeah. So one of my life goals is I want to go see a fucking quokka because it's like this little goofy ass looking little
Oh, it's so fucking
like
cute.
gerbil thing that then they smile right and they're super
my
friendly
God.
to humans because they live on this like one island where they have like literally no natural predators. So all they know is just like live fast, eat grass, hump ass. That's like their whole life motto, right? They don't got to run from prey. I want to see those, all right, and
Not
possibly
yet.
stuff one in a backpack and take it back here to the Americas.
I think you should.
My
I
mom
would
finds
like
out. I
one too.
love that.
I like one as like I bet you, dude. I bet you if you got like a small colony, like 4 females and 1 male, and brought it back here, you'd make $1 million of selling the babies. $5,000 a pop. Oh yeah, you'd make a bunch of money.
Oh yeah.
And what if?
Until
I
they
used
came
to,
knocking at your door for the illegal animal trade.
Well, I used to keep a couple exotic animals. I actually used to keep and breed tarantulas for a while. That was some gnarly shit. I made a lot of money off of tarantulas.
Nice.
I've kept a lot of weird animals, like a wallaby once.
A monkey that beats your ass.
That just fucking beat the shit out of me, like a battered housewife level fucking beating. Right now, I'm sitting right here, and I've got my my sulcata just sitting right here next to me.
Fuck, you guys see that video of that fucking monkey whipping that huge chunk of fucking dirt to that kid at the fucking zoo? Or it was an orangutan, but holy, leveled that little fucker. I mean, just leveled him a chest full of fucking dirt.
I'll give you something to look at, you little shit.
I mean, that monkey, that fucker hurled it like 30 yards, man, like a goddamn NFL quarterback.
Why wouldn't they be angry, though? Like, why would anyone think that these animals are happy to be in a fucking cage?
Right?
Well, look,
okay, so if the aliens picked you up, what would you require to be in your cage to be happy?
I don't know if I'd ever be happy.
Cocaine and hookers.
There you go.
Hookers and blow.
See,
well,
Deadpool's easy.
Well, in that case, I would rather have cocaine and really loose women because I don't want to have to be paying for it in jail.
Wait, how small is this cage?
No, you're not in
how many women?
jail. No, you're like a medium-sized 2-story house.
Okay, imagine this hell that you're in a 2-story house full of hookers and you don't have no money.
You don't need money.
But do I have blow?
What are you gonna fucking do? Like you're in an alien zoo.
What I'm saying is the hooker part is kind of worthless.
I just want that car that they had in Titanic in my living room. You know, the one that Jack thing the one lady in. That's what I want. You know, if they're gonna
a Model T.
I want a Model T in the living room, and I want And I want a fridge, like a vending machine. Actually, I want a vending machine with an assortment of every type of alien drug that they have.
Oh wait,
it'd be like Star Trek.
The synthesizer,
the synthesizer in Star Trek. You're like, give me 2.5 kilos of Columbia's finest.
Right. You know, can I get that? Zimbabwe fucking I don't even know what you'd call like alien drugs right here. The
Tide stick.
Give me the clickety clack.
Yeah, right. And then the Model T, I wanted to be on like a VR like thing, so I can sit there and drive it around. You know, because like that's a car that's not going to break down. All right, let's be honest. Even in space.
So what you want is what you pretty much have now is a gaming computer and snacks,
drugs. Yeah, a gaming computer and drugs. That's pretty.
Do I have access to Pornhub?
You have access to whatever. Like you're in an alien zoo. It's whatever it takes to keep you happy. Besides not your freedom.
Gaming computer, snacks.
Are we really free now? Anyways, no, not really.
Yeah,
just the fact that I don't have to get up and go to work every day. Yeah, that's fucking. It's way better than this prison here.
I have enough freedom to be dangerous. I think that counts.
No, is there going to be rectal probing involved in this at all?
Every day,
probably.
Why you getting an erection? Why?
Not that I'll remember.
No, you're just there so the other aliens can look at you and be like, "This is
we can observe you."
Yeah,
this is a human.
Observe the naked monkey.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. All these like
the hairless apes of the planet Earth.
Kind of like how we keep like monkeys and shit in fucking zoos. They just want to check you out.
Yeah, I can't imagine that wouldn't get boring though. No matter what you put in the cage, at some point you'd be like,
they think our kibble is just fucking pizza and chicken. Like
I am going to make it my fucking goal in that circumstance to have sex with one of the aliens, right? Because like you know that like at a zoo it probably happens. Like
oh god, if it hasn't, I'd be surprised.
Wait, people fuck the pets? And who fucks a lion in the zoo? What are you talking about?
Somebody's probably fucked a panda. I guarantee you somebody's fucked a panda.
It's not Momo.
I mean, think about it, even in the old days, the big attraction in Mexico was donkey shows.
That's still a thing, ain't it?
I think
I saw one less than like a decade ago, so they're still here.
We made it 24 fucking minutes.
I saw
43 seconds before some weird shit.
God, how does that not fucking kill people? Like that's killed up one dude, Mr. Hand. Fuck, man. That's you think people would learn?
Mr. Hand from South Park.
Fit.
Mr. Hand.
That's Mr. Hanky.
No,
Mr. Hanky. Mr. Henry.
Oh God.
There's a famous dude.
Hey, kid. Hey, kid. You want to buy some drinks?
Don't forget to bring a towel. Oh fuck.
Jesus.
Always wear a towel.
Oh,
This one is
don't forget to bring a
this
towel.
one
Want to get
very
a
much
towel?
not safe for work.
Remember,
That's it.
kids, don't be silly. Rap that with me.
If you live or work somewhere where you're able to play our podcast out loud for other people to enjoy with you, please drop us a line. As I'm curious as what the fuck you do for a living.
He's a mortician. It's a mortician, and they know all about fucking animals. Fucking, they're just dead ones.
They don't
That would be like
much.
that would be one of those
horse surgeon.
those street recovery people like working for the county, the
street
cleanup
pharmacist?
people.
Oh yeah.
No.
Bring out the dead.
Bring out the dead. Bring out the dead.
Bring out your slightly dead.
I have a request for all our FAFOers out there. If anybody
Okay.
is a California human shit cleaner upper in California, I'd like to hear about how you like your job.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
job.
that's a thing.
And,
Actual-
and does
yeah.
it pay? How much does it pay? Holy
There's
fuck.
fucking people
Too
whose
much.
entire job is to go and power wash the fucking shit and fucking needles and human blood and shit off the fucking sidewalks every day. Because it's just that's all it is. It's just a goddamn shit show.
They literally have an app down in California. There's an app that tells you where people have pooped. And it's funny because they made it in the app.
Does it drop
actually-
a pin? Does
No,
it drop a pin?
seriously, yeah, no, it
Oh.
dropped a little turn
Yes!
on the app.
It
And
drops a turn.
Is it like a number 2 on there? Number 2.
no, it's,
Oh,
it's
it's
literally
even
like
better.
the shit emoji. That's what it is. And
Yes.
the problem is the app got overran like within the first week. And
Yeah,
it
the
actually
whole
made it
town was just
crash.
nothing but fucking shit pictures.
Yeah, when I went
I
to California. I went to San Francisco, and it was like my first time leaving the Midwest to go out there and check
God
it.
damn.
And,
Glad you made it back, bro. Oh.
Man, I took
Thank
one
you
of
for
those
your service.
Amtrak's from Fresno, and along those trains, they had just like these encampments of people, and I mean they were huge. Like there was one like homeless encampment that I saw on the side of the Amtrak train tracks down there near like Oakland. That I'm not even kidding was probably about the size of one of like the smaller towns near where I live, of like
Jesus.
population wise.
I don't know why people like. All right, there's got to be serial killers in there just fucking offing people left and right?
No,
Like,
yeah.
Like you can't.
And they're
you can't put
killing
that
people
many-
that nobody gives a fuck about, so you don't even hear about
Yeah, but we need to encourage them. Like,
Well, people
You need
just
to
go
find them.
missing. That's the thing is they just go
Weaponize them.
missing because there's no one to even report a crime. They just go missing. Like when
And
people,
then they don't have to worry about food. I mean,
Who actually
they go
calls
missing
a
for that reason, just
a
saying.
cop in a fucking homeless thing? Yeah.
and it's
there
and
was
they
a
all
there
got
was a
cell
big
phones.
Oh,
there was
that's
this
right.
big
The all
homeless
fucking.
shelter.
it. They got a new Beyond Meat company called Soylent Green that they're going to be feeding in California.
There was this big homeless campment in Austin that caught fire, and it burned for like 2
Aw.
fucking days. Like it burned for like 2 days because they had like knee deep trash, right? Like it's just like the bog of eternal stink, right? And plus it's like fucking just a trash heap. There's every little fucking scrap of whatever they find on the side of the road they'd bring home and put it in shopping carts and shit. There's like broken tents, a whole bunch of them, everything like that. That shit just burned. I mean, it caught on fire, burned for 2 days before they could put it out. But it was pretty incredible about the amount of shit that they had. They're talking about like not being able to fix it because there's so many like batteries and needles and stuff in the ground there. That it was a big park recreational area. That they're like we don't know if we can even recover the ground and like people like normal people can use it again. I was
Yeah,
like,
stub your
fuck,
needle on a
man.
fucking or stub your toe in a fucking crack needle or heroin needle or whatever.
Yeah, you'd have to literally pull out the dirt because, like, in a lot of those camps, like, some people, they'll dig, like, little holes to poop in and stuff, and then they put their needles in there and stuff. And so, like, with erosion and shit, you could end up, like, a couple years later, that what looked like grass, someone steps on some needles and ends up getting, like, fucking...
Right? Maybe a fucking plow with a fucking electromagnet behind that. I don't know, man.
Syringes...
Hey, you know what?
Not magnetic, are they?
I don't think so.
They are. The needles are. The needles are.
Yeah, the needle.
Still.
Oh.
Hey, Trev, if you invented that fucking shit, you'd make a lot of money.
Ooh. Delete that. 2810 no.
No, but like literally, especially if you made it to where it could be towed behind an ATV or a truck. So it just has to be like maybe 6 feet wide.
Yeah, just a small.
They had those on beaches already. They had those on beaches.
No, but
they run them like where the turtles and shit come up. They actually for everything.
That's just a grooming. That's just a grooming.
No, they have a rake. They have.
But I'm talking about.
They also have a magnet. Oh,
I'm talking about a plow. So if you get a plow like a disc plow, like an offset disc plow, it's like 6 feet wide, and so it just throws the dirt. Two sets. So one set throws to the left, one set throws to the right. So it's broken up and torn, and they can put weight on it by filling up a reservoir on top full of water, and then it just hooks up to the vehicle's battery, and just has a strong electromagnetic in the back. Even if you had to put like a Kohler 12-horse engine just to produce enough electricity. But just have a real strong electromagnet in the back where they could just run over this area 2 or 3 times, and it picks up fucking everything. You'd make a lot of money, man. Like for rehabbing areas, for rehabbing ground that used to be battlefields, to picking up all of the like shrapnel and shit.
Yeah.
God, you'd make a ton of money, man. I bet you that you could sell that stupid thing to every goddamn municipality with a homeless encampment. Every fucking one of them.
Anything north of the fucking. We had that already. We use it for snow plows. What would be the difference? We had the double.
Well, the plow is not. The plow is not the thing. It's the electromagnet that's going to be.
I don't think he understands what we mean by plow. I think he thinks that it's a snow plow, like a big disc like a big scoop in the front. But plows are discs that go in the ground and break the ground up.
Yeah. Okay. I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're talking about one of those things for mining companies that hang on the back of the thing.
No, it's for making ground so you could plant in it. It's for breaking out. It's like a tiller. So, but yeah, without the tilling action burying anything, we want to bring everything to the surface. So you need offset plows. I think this is a
mycologist. I don't know.
I can hear Gypsy over there. Gypsy is over there. Deep throating some icicles at the moment. I think
it's the dang old Jack Daniels over here, Tennessee honey.
Nice, delicious.
I finished my bourbon. I need to go get another one.
I forgot this doesn't have like the auto like deafen like the background noise. I guess this might mix up every little thing.
Yes, it does. If you ever want to do anything like fart or burp or something, you can always hit the audio. It says audio with a little microphone, and I'll mute you. 10%.
Or just do it online like I do, and just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm not going to delete it. It'll just be there.
Yeah. I'm like, 2230.
Are you telling me that we actually fart and burp in real life? My God.
Not allowed.
Crazy.
What?
No body movements over here.
All right, so wait. So where did we end up with this fucking millet shit? Did we finish the millet? Or did we fall into some fucking rabbit hole of fucking homeless fucking shit?
Yeah, we fall. I don't know how we got there, but
we said to soak it. We're soaking it.
I remember about. Yeah.
Just hot water soaking, not actually cooking it.
Then lay it out to dry and good to go.
I like the bird seed millet, the white millet. I guess golden millet or white millet. I think they call it white millet. But I just buy it as bird seed. Buy fucking cheap ass bird seed. That's what I like.
I want to say the stuff that I have is called Proso millet. I want to say. I don't know why that stuck in my head, but
that sounds right. That is a type of millet, buddy. That is a type of millet.
Mm-hmm. I will report in
That's
on how well it performs when I get it.
Oh, that's a white millet, buddy. Ooh, that's a good one.
I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
when I get it delivered, I'll take pictures and draw circles and arrows and write it on the back.
Okay.
For guys.
I renounce. This one is not the kind that turns to fucking cyanide. This is the kind that. This is the kind that. This is the white millet that I was just talking about. Yeah, this is actually the food type, human food millet too. Nice. This one actually is quite good cooked. You have to like get the skin off of it, like the seed holes, which is kind of a bitch. They run it over. So what they do is they have 2 drums that are running in opposite directions at a really fast rate, and it's like 20 grit sandpaper on them. And they just drop the millet in there, and the millet just it spins around really fast, and then they blow a fan through it, and that blows the seed holes out, and then all of the millet itself like goes down to the bottom, and that's how they dehole it. But dehole this millet makes a really nice porridge. It's kind of like grits. It's somewhere between grits and oatmeal, if that makes sense, but buttery flavored. It has a buttery type flavor to it. I've eaten it. It's quite good. Yeah.
Awesome.
But this one, yeah. This one, you don't even need to do a no soak. You can do a no soak, no simmer. Just put the millet in, add 2/3 a cup of water per freaking quart, and call it a day.
You're talking about the all-in-one stuff where you just just
load
it and process it.
Put your fucking millet in, and just fill up your freaking jar 2/3 of the way full. Put in 2/3 of a cup of freaking water, and just send it.
What do they call? Oh, no prep tech, I think they call that.
Yeah, because this stuff is it's delicate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it works good. Any excess water though that down the bottom is going to turn to fucking oatmeal. So,
oatmeal's not good.
Yeah, but it absorbs about 33 to 40% of its weight in water. So, yeah.
I'm gonna grab a beer. Water from your grain's a bad thing, right?
I'm gonna grab a beer. What is weird grains that everybody has tried?
Dude, I like rye and oats. That's it.
Up until recently, all I've ever used was oats. I've never done wild bird seed. I've never done anything. I found what worked and I stuck with it.
I did Uncle Ben's rice for a little bit when I first started.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
Who the fuck are you anyway? I don't even know you anymore.
You said weird grains, man. Weird grains.
That's not a fucking grain. It's not a grain.
He gets the scarlet letter A for this podcast.
Hey, I'll take the UB scarlet letter. You can just take that rice and just shove it down my throat. I deserve it. But it's what I started with. It fucking works for $2. It just doesn't work that well.
Right. If your goal is to get 2 mushrooms by the end of the fucking 2 months, you might work.
It might be worth it for you.
Half the time.
But you're better off spending the $15 at your
half
local
the time. It works every time.
Tractor Supply to get fucking oats.
Dude, it's really hard to beat oats. How do you prep the ryegrass seed that you make your Sparota with?
What? It's sclerotia?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, how do you
scrotums?
When I do my sclerotia, all right, all I do it's the same tech, but half the water is coffee. It's like a real cup of coffee. It's not drained or anything. It's not like diluted. It's whatever I drink. I will make a pot of coffee, and every pot of coffee I put in there, I put a pot of more regular water. So I do 2 pots of coffee. And then I throw some grains in there, and then I throw let that boil up, keep stirring it, and then I throw in my oats. I let that shit sit for about 12 to 24 hours. Then I do my drying technique, and it's fucking perfect. They love it. They love it a lot.
What's your drying technique?
On a screen with a fan on top, the screens are angled. Everything's nice and flat on the screen. So that when the fan looks at it, it's blowing wind on the top and bottom of the grain. So if it's flat, it's whisking away. It's done in half the time. So you go walk away for 10 minutes. You come back, you mix it all up, redistribute the moisture. You spread it all out again. Within 30 minutes, it's all fucking dry to the hand.
So when you're making your coffee, like how strong are you making your coffee? Like how many like baby handfuls of coffee?
Baby handfuls, I would say 4 baby handfuls, or
that's some pretty strong coffee.
I put 7 scoops in mine, the actual coffee ounce scoops. I put 7 in my fucking.
That's pretty strong. God, that's like espresso.
I love
the horseshoe stands up straight in his pot.
Yeah, that shit'll strip the chrome off your spoon. Yeah.
Right?
Fuck.
Listen.
This shows up in a drug test.
It does. Wait a second.
Wait a second. That's opium.
No shit.
Damn it.
Those are poppy seeds, not coffee.
Right? No, but yeah, it's like I'm not talking about taking the coffee you're drinking. Don't be putting your fucking creamer in there.
You can put your dick in there.
Yeah,
Mr. Poole, you failed your drug test. You tested positive for literally everything on the test. We're kind of worried about you.
Yeah.
We tested it 4 separate times, and then we sent a sample to our sister company, and they found 3 other unidentified things.
And
Mr.
and
Poole
2 people
said,
relapsed from holding your sample.
Mr. Poole said, I ate an everything bagel that morning.
Bagel. He had an everything Belgium.
Whoa.
Oh, did you guys see, speaking of drugs, that Seattle is trying to repeal everything like legal? Their everything being legal law?
They're trying to take it away?
Because it's causing them all these problems. They thought that like the solution for drugs is to make all drugs legal. And
They
then
thought
now
rainbows and sunshines would shit out of everybody's ass, and everybody would behave, and nobody would
Crackheads
ever
wouldn't be
get in
crackheads.
trouble, and crackheads would just suddenly become normal people if they could just get their fix. Then it didn't
They
have
still
anything
gotta come
to
up
do
with the money for their fucking
crack. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they were like giving away like drug needles and stuff. Like
they
doing
still
all
do
this.
That's to keep the fucking the fucking diseases down. But I mean,
keep the
just
HIV
because
away.
you make something legal doesn't mean. Usually, when they do that, it's usually even more expensive than you're getting it from the dealer because they're paying taxes and shit on that shit. So they're still going with the dealer. But guess what? They're still fucking poor. They're still robbing the tools out of your garage to fucking pay for them.
Man, I gotta fully fund my 401k, bitch. You gotta pay a little extra. You gotta pay a little extra.
Is that what your dealer sounds like? Because hey.
Here goes fan out.
You want a pudding pop.
I don't have a dealer.
Too soon.
It's never too soon.
No.
Yo, bro.
So about that drink.
But yeah, no, it's like I don't get it. Like, they bitched. Now it's legal. Now everybody's fucking dying an overdose, and then 1,000 people so far overdosed since the beginning of the year. And I was like, that's not
the
that
program's
bad.
working.
Those are rookie numbers. Yeah.
Wait. I bet you the numbers have not increased. The problem
They have.
is.
No,
I read the whole fucking news story. They have it's only increased about 2/3, which is to me fucking rookie numbers, right? Like I was expecting like way more death, but unfortunately, it really hasn't.
Well,
my plan was to make everything legal and then just outlaw things like Narcan. Can make Narcan a controlled substance. You have to have a prescription.
You need to have a prescription.
Yeah.
Everyone that does the hard
you have
drugs
to show
automatically signs a DNR.
In order to get a prescription for Narcan, you have to show a check stub from a job.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have actual insurance. It won't take state insurance.
Listen,
it only takes
that's what I've always said. The easiest way to get the fucking the drugs to stop and slow down is easy. You need to go ahead and drug test people that are on welfare and get food stamps. Because I can't tell you allegedly how many food stamps I get at half price. Okay? Allegedly. That
back when I lived in the ghetto a long time ago, when it was just me as a single dad with 2 boys, that's how I paid for groceries, sir. Is I allegedly would buy cash food stamps for cheap. Like
right, you get
20 cents on a dollar.
Oh, 20 cents. That's crazy. Well, I mean, that'll happen. I mean, yeah.
You get that on a big job.
You get that on the bigger jobs.
You got to get
well, some of these
wages.
people would have $1,700 fucking dollars a month. And
they don't do that shit no more. They don't do that shit no more.
17 kids.
You know why they don't?
If you have 17 fucking kids, yeah, no.
You know the real reason why they don't do the drug testing for welfare? Voters. They know they'd lose all their low end voters. That's
right, absolutely.
That's it. That's the only reason
okay,
why.
You can't tell me. You can't tell me. Toothless fucking Joe over there even knows how to use a goddamn voting booth. Have you been to a voting booth recently? Those things are intentionally complicated.
Well, some of them are fucking voting because a lot of the working class people don't fucking vote.
If you're standing on, I'm going to go ahead and drug test all the people on food stamps and welfare, they will all come out the fucking vote, and it'll be a fucking landslide against that motherfucker because no one's going to have their fucking monthly fixes every fucking week or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, why can't you just say that your opposition is going to do that? I mean, they can deny it all they want, but crackheads are going to believe whoever sounds the most reasonable. And as long as you sound like you're believable, they're going to fucking believe that you say that they're going to fucking drug test them.
That motherfucker over there is a crook. Oh, you're robbing him.
I think if you give them free crack, that's the key. So we get the CIA to move in drugs from Mexico. And then we distribute the crack.
We've already done that. That's Operation Fast and Furious.
Yeah, they
Drugs and guns. Yeah, we've done that before.
Oh, damn. Well, now we can do it with the FBI instead of the CIA. Maybe we can
how do you
get the
know
drugs from
if
something.
What's the first indication to you that your shit is fucking contaminated? Like your bag or your jar or whatever?
Moisture.
Yep. Sweaty.
Oh, it's going to be the moisture. If you get the sweating on top, I mean, but sometimes, you might be a little dry. Second one is always when you get the ones that are just stuck against the glass and they're not growing, but they just stay like they're fucking brand fucking new. It's because they're suffocating right there with the bacteria. And pretty soon,
I find that if it won't recover after a break and shake, chuck it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't break easily and you haven't left it sit for 2 weeks too long, it's fucking contaminated usually. Nine times out of 10. If it doesn't break up into individual pieces, nice or in small chunks, and it's at that one that I bash against my fucking hand for 25 minutes trying to get it. No, that one 9 times out of 10.
Squishy.
Yeah, that's gonna fucking die. That bag's going. It's going bye-bye.
If you're doing bags, like grain in bags, you smell the filter patch, and it smells like sour, like
gone.
Yeah, it's done. It's done.
I mean, if you're listening to this podcast, odds are you know what mushrooms are supposed to smell like. So if you get in there and you're like, I smell fruit.
Mushroom smell. Yeah.
If I
this
fucking,
is like our
if
50th podcast. By this point, everybody should fucking know what they're goddamn doing.
Right.
Oh, dude, we're coming up on a year.
Is it that long?
It's not a year, is it? It's like 6 months.
It's coming up. We don't. Well, I guess
it's
because
weekly.
we did.
It's
We
not
did
monthly.
Yeah, but 52 weeks in a fucking year, dude. This is like our 50th podcast.
Yeah, but we do Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, we've done a lot. Well, some weeks we did 3, but so I'll have to look at it and see what what one we started on.
I'm thinking
Tuesday's
right
the
now, 6 months.
only good podcast. Rest of it
Yeah.
doesn't have the star.
Right, Dad here.
Might go nutty.
Yeah, of course.
We haven't heard your bird once. What the fuck happened? Did you guys still have birds?
Well, things
You
were
eat
going
it?
good until they weren't.
Why the fuck would you say something, Farrell? It's like fucking
Because
Beetlejuice in a fucking
Nobody's
mirror.
gonna believe that it's him unless there's a squawk.
Well, they were extra rowdier. Oh shit!
It's dead. You sat on it.
Out the front door.
I think I left the bird in the other room. I'll be right back.
I thought it was fucking quiet. I wasn't
I
gonna
know.
say anything. Farrell,
We
don't
made it
fucking ruin
almost
this
a-
shit.
We made it 51 fucking minutes.
I even asked him before the show started. I go, hey, can we get the bird to talk before when we do the fucking bandwidth stuff, the thing?
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? The bird's right here with me, like always.
Right.
Totally
Yeah. Right in my pocket. Right in my pocket.
She was not riding on the ceiling fan. I swear.
Yes. All right, well, let's
So-
see. Oh, yes, but no, I found that's what I do from like I'll sit there and like my new thing with the fruity bags. I'm bringing it back. I'm not doing the hybrids because I'm trying to do a lot of grows at one time at the moment. So I want to go allegedly I'm pulling them out. When they're ready for fruiting, I pull the bags out, like the tops,
Okay.
fill it with air, and then I'll squeeze it. And I'll fucking nose candy that fucking filter patch like no one's business. And if I get even a little bit of fuck of a, you know the smell I'm talking about. If I get that little fucking stench,
once you smelled good mushrooms, you know what
know.
bad mushrooms smell like.
yeah. If
All
it
good
smells
mushrooms
like
smell just like.
if it smells like fruit punch or fucking some sour mix, yeah, it's bacterial.
like whiskey or beer or something. Yeah, you don't want
Yeah.
that.
It doesn't need
Well,
more
if
hops.
it smells alcohol-y, it's a yeast infection.
No Vagisil for that bag.
If
Just
it
ask
smells
my
like
ex-wife.
if it smells like anything but fresh dirt, that mushroomy fresh dirt, like out of your garden, that's the good stuff. It's very
So what do you
pungent,
guys-
but it's not bad.
What are you guys doing with your possibly contaminated shit? I find that my chickens really like it if it's just like a yeast, infection stuff. They like alcohol, so the chickens like being drunk. They're fucking luscious, so they don't mind it. They eat it, and then they kind of just sit there real low.
And think about life for a while.
Well,
What
I
came first? What
they
came
just
first, me or
crouched
my
down
egg?
real low. They just crouched.
I
They
used to
crouched
just
down
go
real
ahead
low and just sit there.
and just do the compost thing. I mean, I got chickens. I mean,
Yeah.
but they don't really attack the compost pile, which I thought they always would. What I'm doing now, if the
feeding
if
them
the
too
bags, but possibly, but if the bags are they're free roamers, dude. They're doing nothing but eating all day long. But I'm trying something new. I'm wrapping the bags up tight, and like I'm gonna put them back in the pressure cooker. But I'm putting them out in the sun for a little bit, so anything on the outside gets the UV.
Yeah.
And hopefully maybe kills it off. And then I throw it in the fridge. That's my plan. Then I'm gonna throw it in the fridge, and then I'm gonna try to put it back into fruiting and see what happens. Because I know that I have taken tubs that had tams on them, taken them outside, and that sun just fucking bakes that whole top layer of shit off, and the mushrooms still pop out the top.
Well, I would like to talk about this a little bit because I think it has a little bit more to do than just the sun. There's something outside that
UV?
fixes. It's not just the UV. I don't know if it's a competitive nature because outside, if you were to just take say a jar and then just fill it full of a sample of air in your backyard, then take and just put it through an ultra mesh screen where you can get all the different stuff out of the air and look at it. It's a goddamn fucking smorgasbord of various fungi
everything.
and bacteria and viruses and all sorts of stuff. It's just a huge amount of diseases. There's something about outside that causes the mushrooms to grow differently and kills off like a lot of your bacteria, but not the mushrooms themselves. I have taken really super contaminated tubs, put them outside, cracked them open, and just put them in the shade of a fucking tree and had them fruit, like normally. So it's like, I don't know what the fuck, but there's something about outside. But the mushrooms that are grown outside are shorter with thicker stems that are more woodier.
That's what I was going to say, because even if you put them in a windowsill, not even outside, the sun, you ever notice how those things are fucking twice as dense, twice as thick, and they don't lose half as much fucking weight? So it could also be that maybe we're not putting enough thought into this using the sun in the grows, because we don't think the mushrooms don't use them. Obviously, the mycelial network is good. We can grow plenty.
Maybe it's the
fruit.
radiation. Maybe it's the radiation.
They can eat radiological shit, right? Radiation.
Yeah,
they can eat that.
They can process it. Yeah.
Has anybody ever tried using ultraviolet light on them? Like
I
a
don't
really
know.
weak ultraviolet?
No, like for like a grow, like for a fucking like growing fucking weed. I'm saying like just put like a full spectrum fucking UV, you know, like a full spectrum light with like the red, the blue, the fucking white. Yeah, a full spectrum grow light on there and see what happens.
Huh.
Well, I might just have one. I'll have to experiment.
Here's what I would say. I would say grow them in the dark, okay? Case them, and then put the fucking light on them, right? And put the light on top of the casing. So then just have it on for fucking 12 off or 12.
Maybe we got something with time in as well. Maybe that light schedule does do something.
Well, light does have an effect. Like in gourmets, if you don't have light in your gourmet room, they won't have the vivid colors for your oysters and stuff either.
Yeah,
and they won't taste well either.
What I found that makes the best oysters, and this is going to sound stupid, but it's just those white LED rope lights. As I take the white LED rope lights, I just go around the grow tent like twice. That's all you need. You want a nice, gentle white light, and that definitely changes the flavor of the fucking oyster mushrooms. This is probably a secret that I'm giving away, but if
don't
you have too much
anybody
light,
listening, that's a secret. Don't tell nobody, okay?
if you have too much light, your oysters are fishy. If you have just no light, they're bland and cardboard. But if you have just the right amount of fucking light, they're flavorful, they're good, they've got the right texture. But yeah, it's just the LED rope lights. I think I got mine for like I think they use them like outdoor. They're just for outdoor. They're designed to be like IPA6 to get rained on and shit. But that's all. They're just like the LED rope lights, the white ones, but at the max brightness. But it just makes it seems to make the right amount of light. Just go around the top, the inside of your tent, along the like the wire, the metal frame, right. just twice. But and that's why if you looked at those of you who have sent pictures to of my gourmet grows, it shows that that white ghostly light that's everywhere that's just all it is. It's just two wraps of the LED grow light, and that stuff, Jesus, uses such a little bit of electricity. It's not even funny. You could probably power it with a couple of lemons or potatoes, So I think that if we do try a broad spectrum, I'm down to try this too after the move. I think it'd be great to try a broad spectrum like grow light and see what the fuck happens.
Like I said, that would work. And plus, I got the thing outside. We're going right now, so might be a little bit different because I am in the winter out here now.
Yeah, well, because I was thinking that the only thing that's missing, the only thing that's different between light inside, like from your fluorescent lights and light bulbs and stuff, and the light from your window, the only thing is fucking different is radiation, right?
Yep.
Is the short and long wave radiation that comes from a natural source or an artificial source.
Yeah. So because the window converts it from short to long. Yeah.
Yeah. Ha! God damn it, Dad! I fucking love that I can talk science with you. Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, okay. I think it's just the fucking because I get so much shit from fucking Deadpool for being sciencey and shit. He's always
No,
like,
that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
like,
when you start talking science, you start reading off your paperwork, and this.
I don't have paperwork. It's off my fucking brain. I'm reading it off of papers in my brain.
A female deer. Doe, a ray of golden sun.
Deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun.
And still begin singing.
A cloacia.
Here comes the musical section.
Cloaca.
Wouldn't that be nice if humans had cloacas? If we could
Fuck
shit
you.
and piss at the same hole.
No. You're gonna go down on that, sir. You're gonna go down.
No, I'm not dying. I won't die on that hill. I'm just saying it'd be interesting if we could be more efficient with our bodily fluids.
Why would you fucking want to? I don't want to. How can we make it less efficient? Can we move the two further away?
And make it less efficient. What if we did an old South Park and we ended up eating through our ass and shitting out our mouth? I mean, that's pretty inefficient. I mean, it would also separate the distance between the exit hole and the pleasure hole.
What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened?
I'm saying you intake the food through the anus, and then you discharge through the mouth.
Like a
So you're
goddamn
booping.
sea cucucber. Like
So
a
you're
fucking
booping.
sea cucumber. God
You're always
damn.
talking shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. This daddy's always booping and talking shit.
Ching
Perfect.
ching. Dum dum. Fucking whatever. God damn it. Well, he was like, oh, it'd be great if we had a cloaca. And I was like, well, fuck that shit. No. Are you going to go down that? No. Then I was like, why we can't move them fucking further apart, right? And then he was like, yeah, like, it'd be great if they just, like, ate through their butt like a sea cucumber. And then, like, puked out your mouth. You want to talk to motherfucking people? I mean, like, you stay over there, bitch. Way over there.
No, we
Don't
incorporate
breathe in my
telepathy.
direction. Don't breathe in my direction.
It's all mind speak
Don't
now.
even-
We're not talking
don't
about
even-
mouths.
Don't even think in my direction. I know what you fucking butt chugged for breakfast, okay? Don't even think in my direction. Yeah, exactly.
So if you did, so I guess in that world the funnel would be an enema, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I guess.
But imagine
I'll
the
try
corn
it.
that would get stuck in
I'll
your
try
mouth.
it
That's all
once.
I'm saying.
I'll try it once.
You'd
I'll try anything once.
You would never clog the toilet. You could chew it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck you.
And now
there
I
goes
just-
half.
Now
There
I
goes
just rub
half
my
our
mouth a little
listeners.
bit. Now I just rub my mouth
Everybody.
a little bit.
Michael
Fucking
Nutty, if you would
Oh.
like to send him some fucking hate mail, you are more than welcome.
Or
You're
some
welcome.
shit in the bag.
Yeah. Don't send it
I
to
would
us.
prefer it on fire.
Send it directly to him.
Yeah. He called this shit
Jesus.
poop.
Right. Oh. That's gonna haunt me. I see some fucked up shit. All right, I see some fucked up shit in my fucking regular everyday life. I've seen some fucked up shit through wars, through fucking 20 years on the ambulance. But the idea of somebody having to fucking garbage disposal level grind their goddamn shit up with their own teeth while they shit and they everywhere, it's gonna fuck me up. It's gonna be a minute before I can
You're
get
welcome.
over it. Thanks, you fucking dude.
That's why I'm
gonna
jerking
haunt
off
me.
already. Yep. See? Why
Gotta
I
get a
jerk
head
off
start,
during the
man.
show. That's why I jerk off during the show. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Use the ISO as lube, right? You know?
Yeah! Woo! Yeah.
I don't think that's how that works at all.
Isn't friction the thing? You know, we're trying to go for blisters, right?
No. You, sir, probably need therapy.
Yeah.
You're right.
Hey, I'm open on Wednesdays. My Mondays and Tuesdays are full, but Wednesdays are open.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
The voice will just
Friction.
stop.
The super angry friction is not the thing. Yeah, you might as well just use that. What's that fucking lava soap? You might as well just fucking use
Oh,
lava
fuck.
soap.
There's probably someone out there that's a super masochist that is down for that shit.
Oh, did I ever tell you about the underwear squirrel? Did I ever tell you about the underwear squirrel? The underwear squirrel.
No.
Oh my god, talking about genital mutilation. So the underwear squirrel. Hold on, let me try to make this so that it's not identifiable. Okay, so no shit, there I was as a young EMS worker in somewhere in deep state Texas. When we get a call to a psych facility, that's like, it's not really like a lockdown psych facility. It's more like just like a home where they put crazy people, you know, kind of like, it's like a, what do you call those houses? It's like a halfway house type thing, you know, but like a permanent one, because like they can't perform. They can't.
What's a permanent? How does it halfway permanent?
Okay, so it's like a permanent home for people who can't fucking take care of the goddamn selves.
It's like herpes.
But they allow them to do stuff.
An old folks home. An old folks home.
But they allow them to do things. No, it's in an actual residential neighborhood. But they allow them to do things like, if you want to get a job, you can get a job. If you want to go to the fucking mall, you can go to the goddamn mall. But you have to be back there at night, and you don't handle your own. You don't handle your own bills. You don't have to own anything. You just fucking crash there, right, in your own little bedroom. And for people who have just been deemed unable to take care of themselves, they handle all the meds, the doctor's appointments, their whole life, right? So anyway, group home. It's like a fucking group home. So it's this fucking group home for psychiatric patients. Anyway,
I thought that's what my server was.
They we get called for a genital injury, and we show up over there. We show up over there, and we're like, okay, well, what is this? This dude like fucking, because it's pretty popular in prison to take a glass rod or like a piece of a glass or a pencil or something and like shove it up your dick and break it so you can get out of like jail for a couple of weeks, right? So we're thinking, it'll be something like that. Anyway, we show up over there and there's this like giant Asian kid, right? It reminded me of a panda, like a big fucking Asian kid. Like, you know, sometimes when you take like a little petite Asian kid, but then you give American food, they get like fucking like 6'6" and like 6'6" wide, you know? So giant Asian.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Everybody knows what I'm fucking talking about. It's the panda fucking thing that happens to Chinese kids. When you give
okay.
It happens to Chinese kids. Every time you pop them on the head, they just go. Oh.
Well, like if you take, you see all the Asian basketball players who are like fucking 6'8". All I did was feed them something other than rice, like
something other than rice.
Yeah, and they grew tall like a giraffe. Anyway, so this kid was probably had the IQ of a, I don't know, man, maybe a can of bleach or something. Right? Like, he didn't do anything. Right? He didn't do anything. He was completely catatonic. He sat in his wheelchair all fucking day, and that was it. He got moved from place to place. He'd only come alive when they fucking fed him. Anyway, they would wheel him out in the courtyard, or like the backyard, right? And then he would just sit there because they were required to give him so much outside time, you know. So they just wheel him outside, and he'd just sit there. Nobody's ever seen him catch a squirrel. Nobody knows how he catches the squirrels. Nothing. Like, there's no evidence he catches the squirrels.
Because he's fucking nutty. They just come up on his lap.
He catches the goddamn squirrels and shoves them, like holds on to them and shoves them down into his fucking underwear and holds them against his testicles and screams the whole time until somebody tackles him and frees the squirrel or until the squirrel dies, right?
Oh my God.
So, at the time, a squirrel is a pretty stout rodent. It can do a lot of damage. And it did a lot of damage. Like, this guy literally had like a little like a tube he peed out of, because he'd, over the years of catching and doing this with squirrels, this wasn't a one-time thing. It's probably the 30th or 40th time that he's done this. He has accidentally partially disemboweled himself. He has removed his testicles, his penis, everything. He's just got like a little tube he just pees out of. He still does the same thing. I want to know how he catches the squirrels. Like, I'm really fucking curious. Like,
fucking determined.
He's got to be fast as shit. He's got to be like a fucking ninja. Whatcha, squirrel? You know? But, yeah, so the underwear squirrel.
That's fucking crazy.
That's amazing and fucked up at the same time. Perfect for the show.
You remember the underwear rabbit? Did I tell you the underwear rabbit story?
No. Can't say that I've heard about underwear rabbit.
This one's actually fucking hilarious, and it's okay if it's slightly doxed. So I was working in North Texas at a certain level 1 trauma center as part of my like medical what is the med school to be an ER physician, right? And so I was doing a residency kind of program, and in comes this homeless lady that was picked up by the cops, and the cops were like, "Hey, they're just not acting right. Like, they're not acting right, and they smell weird. They're not acting right, and they just smell off. Like, they're not acting right." She was just kind of wandering around in the store. She seemed lost. We need you to do a psych eval and see kind of what's going on. And I was like, me being all young and perky and happy and shit, right? Was like, fuck it, I'll do it. Whatever, YOLO. So I go over there and start talking to her and shit. And she's got like these sweatpants on that say like Navy down the side of them, but they're like 5 sizes too big, right? So we're like, okay, well, we're going to have to get you into this gown. So I put the fucking gown on the bed, and I turned to leave. Before I could turn to leave, she just grabs her fucking pants and drops chow, all right? And a live cottontail rabbit fucking jumps out of her goddamn fucking pants and takes off running through the ER. She'd been using it as a goddamn fucking menstrual pad. It is soaked in fucking menstrual fluid. Right?
Fucking bloody rabbit.
It's a bloody rabbit.
Tampon.
And it takes off running through the ER. This is a big world-class ER. It's a big fucking level 1 trauma center. And people, like, initially, nurses were, like, trying to catch. I was like, that's menstrual fluid. And then now nobody will touch the fucking rabbit. And it's just leaving, like, bloody prints across the white hallways, and where it runs and it banks off the side of the hallway because it's sliding, it leaves like smears. And so the security guys are trying to use chairs to herd it into a position, but like a rabbit comes alive when you chase it, right? And like the more that it thinks it's being hunted, the more aggressive its movements are, right? The motherfuckers can jump like several feet in the air. And like the wall run and all sorts of shit, run up across the top of a desk, dive under some shit. Anyway, it took like 45 minutes to catch this rabbit. Finally, somebody like gloved up, put like ISO gown on, got it into a bathroom, pinned it down, and fucking took the rabbit. Who's clicking like they're jacking off? God damn it, Gypsy. God, that's so fucked up. Jesus. So they catch this fucking the underwear rabbit, right? And they're like, well, what are we gonna do with it? And I was like, I don't know, dude, just put it down for its own fucking, like, you know, like, come on, that rabbit's seen some shit, right?
Can you imagine the trauma? Yeah, trauma.
Yeah, it goes home and it's like, I've seen some shit, man. Just fucking sipping on carrot whiskey.
How would it ever survive? It's something out of Resident Evil. It was completely soaked. Its fur was completely matted down. It had been there for several days of a heavy flow. Yeah, like it was a bad shape. It was very spry because it was being chased by a bunch of people. But like, if you let it outside, its fur can't like fluff up and keep it from the cold or the wind or the rain or anything. It's gonna die, or it's gonna have to lick that shit off and clean itself. So we called animal control. Animal control came and got it. I don't know what happened to it after that. But this fucking lady was like, I was like, well, she needs help, but there was no explanation. She wouldn't explain it. She was like, what do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, just that was totally fucking normal to have surprise.
Do that all the time. Isn't that
Yeah,
what you're
surprise. Cottontail wild fucking underwear rabbit. Oh god, it was hilarious. I laughed so hard when watching like it run down the hall, and these nurses were, you know, like freaking out. Everybody's freaking out because it's like it's covered in menstrual fluid and it's baking up. It's leaving footprints everywhere. I was laughing so fucking hard. I went to my goddamn knee, like one knee, and almost puked just from laughing so fucking hard. Like, because like the horror of the situation, everybody's face was so fucking hilarious. It's great. It's gonna stick with me.
Beautiful, beautiful times.
That was the same hospital where the doctor that I was shadowing took one of the fucking new nurse interns into the back room, but they didn't have any lube, and they ended up using lidocaine, and she vagaled the fuck out. We had to do CPR on her. Yeah. You cannot take lidocaine rectally. It stops your heart.
Good to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cancel my weekend plans.
It was hilarious because the guy was like all swagger and shit, and little nurse was like, "Oh, doctor," and then they went into the fucking closet. And he's like, "Code blue," and we had to go do. We got her back. She was fine, but now she eventually quit and left the hospital because everybody fucking knew she was taken up the ass by the new doctor.
Yeah.
Sounds like that policeman that was helping out the entire police force there in the news a while back.
Oh, that girl. Yeah, she was great. I love the memes. The memes from that were great. She was a team player. Yeah, she was a team player.
Definitely when you look up team player in the fucking book, her picture was in that fucker.
So here's the problem. I don't have a problem with what they were doing, right? There was this one chick. She was on the police force. She decided to have a crazy gangbang between her and 5 of her colleagues. Here's the problem. They decided to fucking do this shit on police property wearing police fucking equipment because one of them had a cop fetish or whatever, right? They should, if they had just done it at home, nobody would have ever gave a shit. Weirder shit happens on a second-to-second basis than that. But they had to go and make it a fucking deal and film it and put it on their secret Facebook group. Dude, nothing is fucking secret.
Not on Facebook.
Or on Facebook or online, period. It's not a secret.
Dear FBI or ATF or whoever's listening, I just talk about this stuff for fun.
Speaking of the fucking FBI, did you see the bullshit they fucking did with Liberty Safes?
No.
Oh, that's a crock
Liberty
of shit.
Safe give
what they
over
did.
all the information.
Yeah. So here's the fucking bullshit that fucking they did. So Liberty Safes is a big name brand safe. They make gun safes and safes for like your like birth certificates, money, shit like that, right? But they also make the safes for like Tractor Supply, Cabela's, a whole bunch of different little fucking companies are made by Liberty Safes. Mm-hmm. When they're manufactured, they're made with one secret code that opens the fucking safes in case like you lose your shit, you fucking whatever, right? So Liberty Safes gets a call from the FBI. The FBI has a guy who was in attendance at January 6th. Okay, so he was not actually in the State House. He was just filming in the crowd. Okay, so he actually didn't enter the fucking property. He didn't fucking do anything. He was just, but they're just investigating everybody. The FBI, with all their safe crackers and shit, couldn't get in to the Liberty Safe. Liberty Safes, up until this point, were very good safes. So they get a call from the FBI gives them a call. Yo, homie, so we can't get into this fucking safe. Nah, man, we don't have a warrant or nothing shit like that. How about you just like slip us the code, bro? And guess what Liberty Safe did? They sent them the one master code to all Liberty Safes.
That's better thing for
without a warrant. Like
without a warrant, without anything,
I understand
without
there's a warrant,
without a fucking warrant.
I used to work for a locksmith company, and the part I don't understand is whenever anything like that happens, they bring in a locksmith. They have their people to do it. I've done it many times.
They couldn't.
Doesn't make any fucking sense. Doesn't make any sense because you would before you did anything, you would have drilled it out in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes it would take to break into that safe.
Anyway, they called fucking Liberty fucking Safe with no prompt, no fucking warrant, no fucking court order, nothing. Gave them the code to everybody. So if you have a Liberty Safe, they have the code to get into it. And here's what I'm fucking saying is that, like, I have nothing in particular to hide from the FBI or the government, right? I have a goddamn podcast where I talk about everything I fucking do. So, like, it's the fact that it's out there, which means that now that one fucking code, and then Liberty Safe comes out and says, yeah, we can't change that. It was put in at the time of manufacture.
No, it's
so
hard. That's on the board.
Yeah, they're like, so if it is accidentally leaked by the FBI or somebody like that, that's just it. Like
it's already been leaked. The FBI has it.
Yeah. So, when was the last time the FBI could keep a goddamn secret about anything, man? So it's like
everything involving the Clintons or Biden.
Right. I mean, I would trust Jose Crackhead on the corner before I would trust the FBI, though. I mean,
so I guarantee you, this fucking link, this fucking code has been shared in text messages and fucking emails and all across all the different branches and shit. It was like, yo, man, if you ever get a request to safe, here's the code, bro. It was like probably sent out in a fucking memos and all sorts of shit and text messages to people. So it's out there. It's in the fucking wild now. And your shit is not fucking safe. That means some crackhead could break into your fucking house and they're going to get a hold of the Liberty Safe.
Liberty Safe needs to issue every fucking motherfucker who asks for it a refund.
And that's it. Like, so
not a replacement, a fucking refund, because I don't trust them anymore. They lost that part.
They offer a conversion kit for $350.
No, I can't trust them anymore.
You can't.
I mean,
they leaked the shit without a fucking warrant. Okay, great, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But they gave it to the dumbest fucking legal organization.
Just say they didn't give it. They didn't give the actual code. I mean, they might as well have. They gave them what they give us the factory reset. No, they gave them what they give them the factory reset the panel so that you can, if something happens, they bring it in there. It's a factory reset that only the fucking installers and the fucking locksmith that are licensed are supposed to have. So, I mean, basically, they gave them a code.
Fucking crackhead's gonna have that shit in fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a warrant. They didn't have fucking anything. It's just they rolled over.
Class action suit. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's stupid as shit. So it's like, you know what? Well, I mean, we were looking at a new safe to put all of our like documents, like our home loan stuff, our fucking warranties, our deeds, like a fire safe and stuff. And Liberty Safe was a front runner because it has really good reviews. Like I watched a thing where, God, what was this YouTuber shot one with a fucking tank? Excuse me, shot one with a fucking tank. And we now understand it was like a World War II tank with like a 42 millimeter cannon. But it fucking survived. Like it didn't open. I was like, fuck yeah, Liberty Safe, America. That's cool. Made in America and shit like that. Cool. I think I'll go with them. And now I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to build my own. If I can build my own goddamn safe and then then just pay $350 for the fucking locking mechanism, that's all I need. Done. So, yep. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
Hey, what was this podcast about, kid? Like,
Millet.
His Millet.
Millet! Anyway, Gypsy, this is basically how our podcasts go.
Oh, I get.
They start off with on something. Now, people
good
who
intentions.
Listen,
good intentions.
yeah, well, people like to listen, and then they get some information, and they get a bunch of entertainment and some of this information.
Although this one had very little information in it.
Most of them are people who like hearing me get fucking just ripped to shreds by Deadpool.
What? They do love
Deadpool has a fan base.
Or when your so-called friends tell everybody in the world that you have syphilis in your arm. Yeah.
Listen,
giraffe
syphilis.
Yeah. It wasn't regular syphilis, son.
We gave you the benefit of the doubt, you know?
We don't know how you got it all the way up to your elbow.
That's some exotic fucking drywall. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I figured you were helping out at the zoo. I don't know. Something special.
My house is a fucking zoo.
Well, I mean, we covered how to tell if your shit's contaminated. We covered different types of millet. How not to bale sorghum so you don't kill off all your fucking deer. What else we covered?
Ooh, we can add another topic onto the coverage.
Okay. What do we got?
All right. This is totally off topic, but you know.
No, it's
so
on topic. Yeah.
You're ever gonna go and try to get into tarantula breeding and stuff? Make sure you Google what it is you're buying at the Reptile Expos, okay? Because there are certain breeds of tarantulas that are just fucking terrifying, okay? There's ones that can jump like 2.5 feet in a single
Oh, fuck
leap.
that shit. What the fuck?
They run like Usain Bolt on 1/2 gram of Coke. So like you open a lid and this thing is like literally running full, like it is up into the corner, up into your like corner of your room or in your house or whatever. And now you have a tarantula that's like the size of a fucking dinner plate that is in the corner that can jump 3 feet. So if you put 3 feet up, like 5 feet in the air, the vertical leap of this thing gets like 9-10 feet.
That's why they invented shotguns.
This thing rapes camel spiders. Let's put it that way.
Fuck that shit. No. Like when I think tarantula, I think that slow-moving, totally harmless brown spiders. Sometimes colorful ones, like that pretty blue one, or like a bird's eater, or something like that.
Yeah, the
like
pretty fuzzy
one.
things with the poisonous hair. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's New World. And
I didn't know they had fucking like insulation hair with the fucking needles and shit.
Urticating hairs. Those are on typically what they call New World species, which is like the Americas and shit, like North America, South America. That's your New World. Think of like Columbus and shit. And then Old World is like all the ones that are in like Asia and stuff. The Old World ones, they don't use hairs to defend themselves. They use really crazy like venom and stuff. Or I can't remember, is it venom or I can't remember if it's called venom or poison. I don't really
in an animal like, it's venom.
It's venomous, yeah.
Poison is for plants and stuff, for chemicals.
The real bright colored ones, right? Like there's this one that I had that's called a cobalt blue.
That's the one I like. I like that one. It's beautiful.
Yeah, if you get bit by that one, you will have pain for anywhere from 1 month to potentially up to a full year.
Never mind.
In the area that you're bit.
Well, I mean, I liked
heart palpitations.
I'm putting that one in someone's shoe.
Yeah.
Fuck that one.
And they're super fast. And tarantulas, they can hiss. That by itself is crazy. Yeah, they rub their fangs together and it makes like a hissing noise.
Did I tell you how
a weird erection right now?
Did I ever tell you how a tarantula chipped my bottom tooth? Like,
what?
A tarantula chipped my bottom
you
tooth.
fall down running away from that motherfucker?
So no shit, there I was.
Is the one you thinking is a horse or something?
I was working for a water well drilling company way back in the day when I was young and spry. I don't even know if the company still exists, but it was out in West Texas. And we get done driving down all these old roads, and they're like, all right, well, it's time to grease the axles. We had changed the oil in the big axle underneath the fucking truck. I don't know what the fuck it's called. The differential. Yeah, differential. And so I was like, all right, well, so I drained the oil, but then they're like, all right, you need to reach up there and then turn this the shaft so that we can, I don't know, it lets more out or whatever. So I reach up there, I turn the fucking shaft, and a big old male tarantula lands on my chest. Now, the only thing I have in my fucking hand, now I'm in one of those, my back's on one of those little skate thingies, like, little, like the
creeper.
skate. The creeper, yeah. So I'm on one of those, the creeper, and the only thing I have in my hand is like a 2-inch fucking pipe wrench. And so naturally, I started hitting myself about the head, face, and neck with the fucking pipe wrench while shooting out from underneath the goddamn truck to try to kill the tarantula. I totally missed the tarantula, chipped my fucking bottom front tooth, and the tarantula lived. And damn near knocked myself silly. Almost needed stitches in my fucking lip. But the tarantula chipped my fucking bottom tooth. So
doesn't sound like you won that fight.
I did not. I lost that fight honorably to a much better opponent.
Uh-oh.
How come I'm the only one that tells stories? How come you fuckers don't have stories?
I mean, I've got a funny story with the tarantula as well.
Well, all right, spit that shit out.
It involves like a vulva or anything.
So,
a clitoris?
Going back to my whole thing, and make sure you Google what it is you buy, right? So, I was getting into the tarantula hobby, and early on, I wasn't really sure of like what all the different species were and stuff, and so I found this one that had a real cool name, and it was $25, and it was at a reptile expo, and so I ended up buying it, and then I started looking it up, and it was called a like something like Tasmanian tiger.
The three-step tarantula.
It was a something tiger, and it was like the fastest tarantula I've ever came across in my life. I've got like 3 of my buddies over. We all get back from this reptile expo, and like they bought some like lizards and scorpions and stuff, and we're putting together enclosures. And when you get the enclosures done, you pull them out of the little Tupperware that you buy them in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so I'm looking at.
Aaron and I have both done the ball pythons.
Yeah. So the little Tupperware, right? So the tarantulas, they come in the Tupperware, and they got a little bit of like some soil and stuff in there, like coconut fiber stuff that they use, kind of help them with humidity and stuff. They web them up really good on the inside when they're in there, so that way they kind of can stay nice and snug. So I'm looking at the tarantula in this tote, and the tarantula that's in there is about, I want to say about maybe like the body of it is probably about 3.5 inches, and the leg span's right at about about 5.5. So it's about 5.5 like circumference if you laid it flat and its legs were out. So it's a good size like tarantula.
Yeah, it's good size.
I open the Tupperware. It's not moving. I've got like 2 of my buddies with me. They're some big burly dudes, and we're all like, they're next to me because like I got this cup that I was gonna put it in like a paper to keep it in the cup once I could get it lured in there with the paintbrush. Right. And come to find out, I'm messing with its molt.
Yeah,
right? The old, it shedded its old pair of pants, and this thing, it wants some walking money. Think of Gator from the other guys. He's out, man. He wants some walking money. Gator don't take no shit.
Gator don't take no shit.
This fucking tarantula, I poke it up like, yo, I think it's fucking dead, and then like it goes right through. It's like, oh fuck, it's like dead, and then all of a sudden this fucking thing comes out from the back side of the fucking, I'm not even, and it sprawls
like fucking
out.
alien. It's like a
huge dude just pops out of the web tunnel that it was in this area that I couldn't even see, runs up my arm. I fucking like throw my arm into the air trying to get it off of me. The tarantula
Did you beat yourself with a wrench?
Dude, no, the tarantula comes off my arm and then like literally goes right onto my buddy Aaron's face.
Oh shit!
This guy,
and I lost a friend forever.
Dude, he's 6'4", he's like 380 pounds. He's this big old fucking dude. He let out the most feminine Welch screech, whatever you want to call it, I've ever heard in my life. Okay, it literally. I was more concerned about the screech he let out than this giant tarantula running mock Jesus like Usain Bolt on half a gram of coke. It gets on the top of his head, jumps onto the wall, runs up the wall into the corner because it's trying to go for the highest point to get away from us.
Right.
And like we all run to the other corner.
On the wall.
Like, this thing is hissing at us. I then found out that tarantulas could hiss. I'm freaking out. I think I bought like some
I'm leaving.
demonic
I'm
creature.
sorry. I'm like, well, guys, this has been great. I'm just gonna take my shit.
It was the only time I ever considered arson as a real way of dealing with a problem. I was about to burn down my whole apartment complex.
You've obviously never grown mushrooms and got gnats in the house before. 'Cause nothing beats WD-40 and a fucking lighter. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Almost thought about committing arson. But, yeah, so needless to say, this thing was just fucking nuts. Well, it was a female. Turns out they had tried pairing it, and they thought that it was going to be an unsuccessful because it had eaten the male. But the male actually managed to do his job, and so it ended up laying an egg sac as well.
Nice.
So
Did you know about it until it was too late?
Yeah, no. So I see this egg sac thing, and then I started that was my first time ever getting into the breeding part. Because I was like, well, I don't have to pair them, so I might as well go through it. And it was a cool ordeal. I ended up it had around 212
Fuck that shit.
of what they call younglings or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, whatever. Just angry
juveniles.
212 super speedy, fast, angry fucking spiders.
Oh, they're
Fucking
crazy. They look
tarantulas.
like little jelly beans with legs on them. When they're born, they're just clear. And
Violent
see-through.
jelly beans. Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
Mini
Yeah,
sponge
you
of
keep
Satan.
that shit.
Yeah, but I end up selling almost all of them for $15 a piece. So I made a
Okay,
good
never
amount of
mind.
money.
I don't hate them that much anymore.
Yeah, it was.
That's somebody.
We're not
it's
best friends.
$3,000. Yeah, I'm
Did we
good.
just become best friends? Yes.
Yeah, it was. I think after everything, I think I probably made right around $3,200 because some of them I some people I gave a couple extra to just in case they died, but it was right about 3.1, 3.2 that I made off of that one
Nice.
fucking egg sack, and I was like, now I see why these people do it.
All right.
Yeah, I took my wife to her first reptile show. It's been almost 2 months now. And she had she's like, we're gonna go to the reptile show. I was like, yeah, no, we're gonna go to the reptile expo in Texas. It's a big one. It's a big show. It's gonna be really cool. There's no venomous, unfortunately. I have a big thing for hots. I love them. But she's like, no, we can't have any hots, but whatever. You do it. I'm a man. I do what I want. Anyway,
No, he didn't get any hot. That's what he's saying. He didn't get any hot.
they didn't have any. They didn't
I can physically hear you look around the room before you said that.
Right?
I sort of. I did. Okay, I did. But anyway, yeah. So we went, and she had a fucking blast. She was like, "This is actually really cool." Way back in the day, I used to keep a lot of reptiles, a lot of reptiles, several hundred. So I ended up getting out of it because I got robbed. That's the only reason I got out of it. Is I had to go to work. I went to work for 48 hours. I had to do a 48-hour rotation in the hospital, and I came back, and all my shit was fucking gone. My parents were gone. All my fucking shit was gone. Somebody that I knew, it had to have been somebody that I knew, because nobody fucking knew I actually had all this shit. Just knocked me over and took everything. The cages, the fucking whole 9 yards. And my neighbors were like, "Oh, we just thought you were moving out." I was like, "Great, yeah, you didn't ask any questions. Yeah, fuck you, all of you. You're all dead to me." But so I hadn't had any reptiles in a long time, so I took my wife to this reptile show, and she was like, "This was a lot of fun. There was all sorts of stuff." I was like, "You can touch whatever you want, just ask them." And she got to hold ball pythons. She got to hold all sorts of stuff. And we ended up coming home with this sulcata. It's a hypomelanistic like sulcata, so it's like really bright colored like one. And its name is Delilah. And it's just living in a, I guess, 50-gallon tote.
Shoebox. Yeah.
50-gallon tote. And I took like dirt and I made it like a cave and a tunnel and the whole 9 yards. And Delilah eats the Missouri turtle food and fresh greens from the freaking lawn and like all sorts of shit. This fucking tortoise eats better than I do at the most, half the time. But it's pretty cool, man. She's really, really happy with it. She's really excited about it. I think we're gonna end up with a lot more. I like Ackies monitors. I like black throats.
I love monitors.
Oh, I fucking love them.
Throw the whole egg in there and just watch them fucking devour an egg.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking glorious.
I had a long time ago, like when I was a kid, and growing up, my parents did not understand what fucking most reptiles were. Everything, if it had 4 legs, it was a fucking lizard. If it had a shell, it was a turtle. And anything else was a fucking snake, right? So they didn't fucking understand. So I was this carnival came through, but it had like a little like tent full of like random reptiles you could buy. They were all imported, just shitty fucking quality, right? I took my paper out money and I bought a little bitty Savannah monitor. Like it was just like probably hadn't been taken out of the little container it was in for like 2 weeks, right? The guy was probably paying 30 or 40 cents a piece for them back in the fucking late 80s, early 90s. So he didn't give a shit if they lived or not. He just throw the whole container away. So I got this little shitty fucking guy. I paid a couple bucks for it, took it home, rehydrated it, just like I would any other lizard. Then put it into like basically the same cage I had all of my bluebelly fence lizards that I just caught locally in. And it thrived and it did great. And I ended up with a Savannah monitor, like, full size Savannah monitor. And that thing was like the chillest obese puppy dog. Like it ended up I ended up just not even having a cage for it. It would just like climb up on the chair and just sit in the freaking bathe in the sun and bury under the blankets when it was too hot. It was a great pet, man. It lived for a long time. But everybody thought it was fake because it just didn't fucking move until you like poked it, or blinked or something. But yeah, that was great. Anybody else got any other cool stories or anything else to add?
I could tell you about the time I got bit by a rattlesnake.
Wait, hold on. You got bit by a rattlesnake?
Yeah.
I feel a story coming on.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you that
sort of bit.
Somebody sucking on a wound trim.
Okay, I'm a teenager, right?
Okay, no shit.
No,
their dad is.
This is a true story.
1953.
Here I was. Right after they invented dirt, just before the wheel. Okay?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Good old 1535.
Right. Well, anyway, I was helping my uncle. He came home and he had a flat tire, and I was helping him change his tire, right? All of a sudden, I got this huge splinter, and suddenly, really suddenly, after they got that splinter, I didn't feel good. So my uncle brings me into the doctor, and they check out this splinter. It turns out my uncle had run over a rattlesnake, and its fang was in the tire, and it stabbed into me.
That's the thing. You got to be careful when you're cleaning your HOTS cages. They shed their fucking fangs regularly, and you need to. If you just rummage around in their fucking bedding, you can get hit by a fang. Many a famous herpetologist has died from keeping elapids and stuff and getting the little fangs in them.
So it took a little bit of figuring out, but they got me the anti-venom and stuff, and I was okay. It wasn't real bad. I didn't get a whole lot.
The horse urine. They got you the horse urine.
I don't know what it was.
It's not made out of horse urine. It's.
I was
it's
convinced I was
horse
gonna die
plasma.
at first, you know,
Yeah.
but I lived. It just hurt like hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is literally designed to be painful.
It's dissolving your fucking muscles and your tissue. It's fucking.
I have an order in for a couple of different Gila monsters.
Oh
So,
shit! Nice.
Yeah, I have an order in. I put an order in for to the 2024 breeding of some Utah banded Gila monsters, but for 2 unrelated male and a female. Then I have another for an Arizona female. So I want to do a trio. But yeah,
Nice.
because they're Gila monsters. If you're gentle with them from a young age, they are so chill. Like you really have to do something stupid to get eaten, to get bit, right? Like they're really, really chill. I've held several. I've never owned one, but I've held several. I've babysit several where their owners were on an extended vacation, and I've always loved them. They're super easy to take care of. Even if they decide to be a picky eater, raising quail is really, really easy. So you could just feed them quail eggs for their whole fucking life. But yeah, I just want some because they're. I want to. I mean, like, okay, sulcatas, right? They're every fucking where. They're so easy to breed. Once they're a couple of years old, you can fucking breed. You just put 2 together. 2 together, you're gonna have baby sulcatas. I want to breed something that's difficult to breed to help, like, keep the species alive. Not necessarily to make money from it, but
It helps.
To keep, yeah, but to keep the species alive, and just have a pet project. I don't want 500 of them. I don't want to have to build another residence where it's just walls of them. But having something that just makes 3 to 9 fucking little rare babies a year would not be bad. And then work with people that we could maybe release them or put them into rehab programs or whatever would be really neat eventually. So, yeah.
Nice.
I was gonna do the Mexican beaded lizards, but they're fucking dicks. Like I was watching and people are like, they're bitey. They're very aggressive. So yeah, not cool.
My kid used
Anyway.
to have a gecko and a bearded dragon. The gecko was chill. The bearded dragon was evil.
See, and I had the opposite. I had a bearded dragon, and that thing was like, you could just pick it up, and it just stayed stiff. You had to put it on your shirt and then drag it down a little bit to get its fucking claws to stick. Otherwise, it just fall the fuck off. And then, but the Tokay gecko was a total asshole. They would and open its mouth and hiss at you and make this. They would say, "Fuck you, fuck you," in the middle of the fucking night. They would just scream "fuck you" in the middle of the night.
I gotta say, this gecko was evil until you picked it up and started petting it. And once you started petting it, it's like, oh, okay, you're cool. And then it was cool.
The Tokay gecko was a total dick. It was just not a cool animal at all. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. We ended up letting it go in the house, and it would just eat any bug that got in the house, like moths and shit. Because a bunch of teenage boys, they were really shitty about leaving doors open, so there'd always be moths in the kitchen. And it did a great job, but it was a total dick. You'd be in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., and it'd be their mating call. It literally sounds like "fuck you." It's like "fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you," and it's it's 2 a.m. and it's telling me to fuck off again, But yeah, the dicks, not cool, so bitey, literally hurt, because they got a row of tiny little triangle-sized teeth that are hooked directly into the gums, and they would bite right through a gardening glove, like those thin gardening gloves, and just the only thing that stopped it was the bone. And it would hang on like a fucking pimple until you put the whole thing underwater. You could run water in its mouth; it didn't give a shit. But you put the whole thing underwater and just held it under the water for like, 2 or 3 seconds and then fucking let go. Tokay Gecko was a total asshole. All right, guys. Anybody else got anything else to say? I'd like to say something real quick. I'm not going to get super emotional.
No. Nope.
I'm not going to get super emotional.
All right.
All right. So, a lot of you don't know, but I've had a dog for like a long, long time. Her name was Mobitz, and she lived 18 years, and she was super awesome. And she was very well loved, and she died yesterday. And dealing with loss is, I think, something that would be beneficial to be talked about on this podcast eventually, is how we all individually deal with loss and how you can use psychedelics to deal with loss. And that'd be something that I think that we should... There wouldn't be a bad subject. I knew my dog longer than I knew my mom. Right? Like, I had my dog longer than I ever knew my mom. And it was a big part of our family. Big part of our family. And so we're gonna do an episode about dealing with like grieving and loss and the usage of psychedelics in that, the usage of magic mushrooms in that. And we might have one of our previous experts that had talked to us about our emotions and anger and stuff back on to talk about that with us. And we'll see if they're interested in coming back on. It was a pretty powerful episode last time. I believe it was me and Deadpool, right? And we were talking about psychological shit. And then we both went like, we're not high enough for this shit.
Right?
We took
a little bit too much.
Yeah, a little bit too much.
Maybe just the wrong strain, maybe.
Yeah, I'd love to have him back on, and I'd love to see his take on people dealing with loss. What was his name again?
You're talking about Carl.
Yeah, Carl. I'd love to have him back on. I'd love to have him back on and have him talk about loss, bereavement, and people dealing with that and how they can use,
psychedelics for healing.
Psychedelics, yeah, for healing. Because I know that we're going to be going through a long grieving period. And it was very hard with our daughter, who's tiniest. We talk about her all the time. Who's almost 5. It was very hard for her too. So now we're not going to go and give tiniest fucking mushrooms, but definitely me. No, I would never do anything like that.
No,
I would never, ever, ever do anything like that. Very seriously, I would never do anything like that.
No.
Not until she's fucking 18. She can choose what to do then.
Right. Make her own decisions. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, thank you for listening to the Fuck Around and Find Out podcast. We appreciated our guest, Gypsy, coming on and sharing his delightfully terrifying stories about tarantulas and how they touched him in special places.
And the things you get on the big jobs. Yep.
Yeah, the things you get on the big jobs. It was great to have an extra random person, even though all of the typing noises you hear have been from him. He's engaging Chat GPT. How do I find a girlfriend.com? So,
wait, you can do that?
Yeah, he's
Wait a minute.
Chat GPT is a freaking amazing tool. Just let me say that.
Yes, it is. So, Gypsy, one of the things we do at the end of a podcast is we go around and we try to say something nice, right, at the end of the podcast.
Tell me something
everybody
good.
has to say something. Yeah, tell me something good kind of thing.
Yeah, me something good.
We all have Bobby Bones around here.
Fucking start with Deadpool. just because he's the most
the
negative
only way up. The only way is up from here. I don't know. Fucking just taking that first step. Just remember, the first step towards failure.
Okay, yeah, that'll do. Marco Nutty, what do you got for us?
For positivity, I'd say, a lot of people end up going through depression, especially nowadays. Shit's not easy. And you should be proud of yourself, even if it's just, taking a shower and doing something once
Don't
that you haven't done in a week. Yeah, I mean, just to start the momentum.
Fuck yes. Finally something goddamn positive. Jesus Christ.
But you're not getting it from me. When have I done? That's never been positive.
Took fucking forever. All right, Gypsy, what do you got for us?
If you buy a tank, the IRS can't come to collect because when they send the IRS to collect, you have a tank.
That's fucking science. Yeah, that's goddamn fucking science. This is true. Yeah, it's science. Dad, what do you got for us?
I'm going to expand on Deadpool's failure comment there. And just remember, when you fail at something that you're trying to accomplish, don't think of it as the end. Think of it as you found a way not to do it. Move on to the next one. Turn it into a positive.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Failure. All you did was find a way not to do something. You can check that off the list. That's one less thing to do.
Yeah. Got a new way to fail? All right. So coming from me, it's going to be that it's really hard to think of something positive right now, guys. I'm pretty depressed. That
just remember that animals are better than people.
animals are way better people than people.
Yeah, you guys want my dad joke for the night?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the difference between a dog and a woman?
Let's see. Vagina?
After 5 years of being together, the dog's still excited to see you when you get home.
Woman's only excited around like Christmas bonus time.
Right? Yeah. Taxes, Christmas bonus. Yeah.
Going out of town for a week.
It's very hard to quantify a loss. A loss for one person is different than a loss for another. And you don't know what somebody's going through when they express to you that they are going through a loss. Just reach out to them and see if there's anything that they need. Don't expect them to actually answer you or have anything or try to engage you in a conversation. It's just the fact that you have expressed your willingness to be there for them. That's all they need. And with that being said, if you'd like to buy any sort of mushroom or cultivation supplies, you can do that through Deadpool, and he'll be in our Discord. The link will be provided below. Hey, if somebody wanted to fucking tell you suck their Gypsy, what's your gamer tag so that they can fucking play with you on Discord?
It is the Thick Gypsy. If they're looking to join, we play on the Method RP server. It's a lot of fun.
So if somebody would like to go on there and tell the Thick Gypsy that he needs to probably boof his spiders, you can go ahead and find him on the the Discord, in the gamer chat. He's in there a lot.
I can't believe how much he's in there. I mean, jeez,
right?
I would
like,
never.
Fuck, he lives there. Jesus Christ.
Listen,
Life, home,
hey,
family.
We all gotta have an addiction. You know what I'm saying? And video games are my addiction.
Coke and hookers.
Well, it's a lot cheaper than the last one. I'll tell you that much.
Hookers and blow.
If you would like to,
we need to invent a FAFO video game called Hookers and Blow. It's gonna be the best video game
I like
ever.
it already.
Right? It'd be like goat
You could just call it
simulator.
growers, not showers.
So, if you would like to support the podcast, you can do so through our Venmo. It's going to be at FAFOCult. You can also do it through the Cash App. That'll be $FAFOCult. I'm very sorry to people who have donated in the past. I did not know I had to go on there and click accept. So, my bad. Please send your money again.
Double it. Double it for our trouble.
Double it and pass it on, you know? Good vibes.
If you
Pay it
If you'd
forward.
like
and
to
stuff.
buy anything, you can go ahead and do that at the FAFOCult.etsy.com. All of our stuff is back up for sale.
And we got
so
awesome, cool merch in there. You guys should check it
Yeah.
out.
It originally actually ended up only being like steak salt, but
we're gonna have
refreshing everything. So it's all.
We're gonna have a preview of the FAFO patch because Blue from the other week, she got the lab coat in. She got the lab coat and she ordered a patch, so it's gonna be glorious.
Oh shit! You know what I ordered? I ordered a fucking custom jersey that says FAFOCult on it.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, because my wife was like, "You have to have a jersey because we're gonna go to the Cowboys game." I was like, "I don't want to fucking go to. I'll wear the colors. I don't give a shit about the game. Like, I don't care about anything else." She's like, "We're gonna go to the game. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be just us adults." I was like, "All right, fine, whatever." She's like, "Well, go buy this jersey." And I looked at the jersey, and the jersey was like $170 fucking dollars on the Cowboys fucking Facebook page. I was like, "Fuck that shit."
Yay,
So I went on Amazon, and I found a custom jersey maker. And I was like, "Oh, look, hey, what do you mean it's only $45 to have you put whatever the fuck I want on a jersey?" Great. So I just had them put like the numbers that I wanted. And then FAFO.
Okay.
Yeah, the FAFO cult across the back. The FAFO is the name tag on the front. So like with a Cowboys fucking star and shit like that. But other than that, it doesn't say Cowboys at all. It says FAFO cult and fucking. Like the person's name across the back is FAFOCult, and the little name tag in the front is FAFO. So
excellent.
I was like, hey, maybe custom jerseys is something that we could point people to do. But now that I told them how to make them, whatever. But if we could get a bulk discount, hey, maybe we can do them for a little bit cheaper than everybody else. So keep an eye on our Etsy. If you want to send us any love mail, hate mail, requests, if you'd like to come on the show. And it's not bad. We're not scary or intimidating, are we, Gypsy? You better fucking say we're fucking funny.
No, there's very, very, very nice people here. Let me tell you.
Totally fucking fun and nice, right?
Say it.
Damn it. So, like everybody, there's never been anybody that's came on our show that regretted coming on our show or had a bad time. Everybody has fun. So we want everybody to have fun. We want you, our listener, to have fun. So if you have suggestions about other shows, you can go ahead and get on Discord and go in there and ask us. We have actually an area there where you can suggest new content, or you can send it just to our email. You can send it to our Facebook or Twitter. Everything's under FAFOCult. And we love our listeners, and thank you very, very much. And what were you going to say, Dad?
I was going to say, jump in the game chat with his voice and ask it live if you want.
Don't be scared. We're people just like you. We put on clothes sometimes, and you can't tell because it's voice chat. We don't do video. Fuck you.
Banana.
I can be completely
what do you
fucking
mean
naked.
clothes?
Yeah, exactly. We love our listeners. Thank you very much for listening. And with that, good night.
Oh.
What the?
Perfectly timed fucking sound effect.